on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, my name is Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to click on subscribe and that little bell to follow along on our adventures.
Today's an especially unique video. We are partnering up with the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada. I'm going to refer to them as ITAC from here on in because it's a little easier to say. And we're going to be doing some really cool, unique cultural things in this video. So ITAC actually has a campaign going on right now called Escape from Home. We've all been stuck inside for months and months and months. We can't travel internationally, but we can do some local and domestic tourism. And the whole point of the campaign is to raise a little bit of awareness about the really unique and cool Indigenous tourism experiences that you can do in your own backyard.
So if you're wondering where we are right now, we're actually on Goat Island and we're about to do a tour. Anna's looking at the sign. We're gonna go take a look and just see, well, what do you got here?
So I think we're right here. By the way, we're actually in the community in Cape Breton called Escasoni. This is Goat Island here, which is where we are at the very beginning, I believe.
It's pretty big as well. Look at this.
I think it's like 2.4 kilometers, they said, all the way around. So we're going to take a golf cart rather than walk, just because we're going to be stopping so much to take photos, do videos, etc.
So we just stopped at our first point here. And wow, this is pretty neat. There's a fire going back there. And yeah, look at all these items. I'm sure we're going to learn about these.
But as the 1600s and 1700s came around, we started had to do different things because the times were changing. We had to change the times with them.
And what are
This would be
these?
mink.
Oh, okay.
This is ordinary, how do you say it, raccoon.
Raccoon, yeah.
Like two of these could make a pair of shoes. Like 3 or 4 of these could make a coat for your winter time.
We're now at stop number 2, but I think our tour guide Matthew can explain it better than I can.
Yeah, and look how beautiful this is first. Oh my, so where are we?
We are at our second site here with Natasha, and she'll be talking about Mi'kmaq dances and also Mi'kmaq medicine.
I'm going to show you a couple of dances and I'm going to get you guys to do a dance.
Oh, perfect. You're gonna dance?
I'll try it.
Don't worry, it's an easy dance. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Well, we're here learning about all this amazing medicine. Who knew that? And dancing. Anna can dance. Right now we just switched over to our phone because this is the first time. Ran out of memory. And we're in enough now. We can't go back and get another memory card, so the sound will be a little bit different.
All right, we're at stop number 3.
Do you remember what it is, though?
Bread and cooking.
Is she correct?
Yes, that is correct. We are at the site.
Got it. So while they're getting ready back there to make some bread, I believe, I just want to show you this gorgeous spot. It just keeps getting better as we go. Take a look behind me. Wow. And, I mean, here's that lake view again. It's a pretty cool little island, I have to say.
We make the fluorescent bread. And how I make it, I use 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of the baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt, and just about maybe half a bottle of water.
All right, so Anna's got her bread. Do you remember what she said? She said turn that, I think, as you go.
So I put it just over it?
Yeah, just over it. It'll die down. I threw some birch bark in.
All right, we got our bread.
All right, we're gonna have some nice warm bread. Made it right off the fire.
Color of it, it's got little charred marks from the fire.
That's good, because you can totally taste that chard.
All right, the tour has wrapped up and it's safe to say this area, this island, this setting is one of the most beautiful in Nova Scotia. As we said before, we're in Escasoni, and here's a fun little fact. It's the biggest Mi'kmaq community in all of Atlantic Canada. There's roughly 5,000 people here.
And I found out a little bit about why it's called Goat Island, because we were wondering that when we got here. Why is the name of it? We didn't see any goats along the tour, so we were curious.
No goats.
But apparently in the 1940s, when people were moving here during centralization, their government gave them a whole lot of goats.
Yes.
Apparently. And so they were just roam kind of free, or at least they tried to put them in behind fences and that kind of thing. But they're little goats, they got out, they'd eat everything basically. So everybody, they got all the goats together, they put them on this island. There wasn't wasn't a bridge at the time, so they could keep the goats over here and they wouldn't get into everything.
Those little goats. Well, it's another day here and we have come over to New Brunswick, and basically we are in the middle of New Brunswick.
Yeah, we're in a place called Red Bank, and we've got another fun cultural experience ahead of us. So we had a really long drive behind us, and then we stayed the night here. There's a little place called Red Bank Lodge, which is where we spent the night, and we'll show that to you later. Now we're making our way over to, I guess, the cultural center, which is supposed to be next door. Walking through the woods, hopefully we can find it.
So it looks like we found it, but I forgot to say, if you're wondering why the quality and audio is a little bit better again, the camera's back. Well, the memory card. I have a new one in, so let's go inside.
So this place is called Metapanagia, hopefully I'm saying that right, Heritage Trail. So there is this inside exhibit, but I think there's also a whole lot of trails. I don't know if we'll be walking one today or not. What I have heard or rumor is that they've got a fire going, and maybe we'll be trying some different foods.
Well, it looks like we found the fire, and there's quite a few items on the go here.
We're going to be eating a little bit today, so we actually have moose meat meatballs over the fire there. They're going to be trying. There are some fiddleheads, which are, I guess, it's like a type of green. I've had them before, I believe. And there's also some tea brewing over there.
Check out these moose meat meatballs. Whoa, it smells really good. I'm not even sure if I've had moose meat before.
I definitely have not.
So this might be a first. You guys are going to see us try something for the first time on camera.
So I know we already made bread in this video, but we're going to be doing it again, but totally different. I think I'm going to be getting my hands dirty, getting my hands in it, and then we're going to cook them somehow over here, but I'm interested to see how that's going to work.
So right now Anna is grabbing the bread dough, and you're going to just put that right in the sand. Yeah.
Just don't touch the sand with your hands. Okay. There you go.
Wow. Well, that's interesting.
That's amazing. I've never seen anything
Covering
like
it with the sand.
So apparently it's going to take about 25 minutes to cook, and one interesting thing is because bread rises, the whole mound is going to start rising as well. That'll be really cool to see. I'm just going to show you guys what we got here. Have you guys ever seen fiddleheads before? I don't know if they even grow outside the Maritimes. I've only ever seen them here. I think there's some onions in there, and they're called fiddleheads because they're kind of wrap around like a spiral. They're neat. Our bread is ready, so I have to dig it out of the sand with a rake.
This is so strange. Definitely have never seen this before. Oh, I think she, you're getting it. Yeah, flip it right over, I think.
Can I flip it over?
Look at that.
Wow. There we go.
Got it. How covered in like all the ashes.
Yeah, we'll get that off.
Did you ever have bread like that before?
Never. Never. Look at that. So we've got our tea here. These are actually the leaves that it's made of. These are the fresh ones here that you just literally pick right over there. And they're called tea berries.
Oh, and there is the tea. It smells good.
What's going to make this meal even better is that it's all super fresh and super local. So the moose meat was caught by somebody local moose. The fiddleheads were also picked locally by a community member. We have some salad over here. It was freshly growing. It's all like, it's cool that it's all like really, really regional and really, really fresh.
Okay, I have to start with this bread first. Look how soft and pillowy it is in the middle, and then it's all charred from the fire. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's some ash on there. So it's very, very unique, very interesting. I've not seen anything like this before, so I'm just gonna go right ahead and try to get a bite. Oh, like wood-fired bread. What's the first thing I notice is you can still, there's like a hint of that ash, so it makes it a little crispy. It's a little bit earthy, and then the burnt marks, and the dough in the middle is, like I said, it's really soft. It's very, very good bread. I think we're in for a good treat today.
We don't often, both of us, get to taste something on camera, but I made this bread, and it's the first bread I've ever made, and we cooked it in that sand, which is super unique, so I have to try it. Wow. The taste actually reminds me a little bit of when you get like a wood-fired pizza with like the charred marks on the edges of it, so a little smoky flavor, a little charredness. It's yummy.
All right, so on to the main attraction. Well, I think it's the main attraction. It's some moose meat. Now, this looks really good, and I don't think I've ever had moose meat before. Now, this is in the form of meatball. I think there's some onions in here, some salt and pepper. Looks like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a first for us. Immediately I'm gonna compare it to like hamburger, like a meatball, because that's where my head goes, but it's more chewy, definitely more gamey. I really like how it's charred, and I like the way it's cooked. You can tell this is cooked with a lot of love, so yeah. I think Anna might like this. She never eats ground beef on camera, so I'm tempted if she's going to do it today, because it's a good one.
All right, for those long-time followers, you probably know that I'm not a big red meat eater. Once in a while, I'll do it just for the camera, but it's pretty rare. Moose meat is obviously a brand new one for me. I've never tried it before, so I'm slightly nervous and slightly excited to try it. Here we go.
I'm very curious about this one.
That's delicious, actually. I had nothing to fear. Really good, just a slight little bit of chewiness to it, probably because it's you know, a little more gamier than regular beef would be. I like the onions in there. It adds a little bit of flavor and salt and pepper, and yeah, I could totally eat one of these without even blinking an eye. It's good. All right, guys, last but certainly not least are these fiddleheads. And again, I don't know if a lot of you will be familiar with them. They are wild. They're actually just picked down the river very recently, so they're nice and fresh. I'm excited.
Very interesting.
They're so
looking.
good. You can only get them in season. I don't think you'd ever find them in the winter. Oh, it's so good. It's got the oniony flavor to it, like maybe some salt and pepper, but it's just got a really nice soft flavor to it. It's delicious. We're back where we stayed last night. It's called Red Bank Lodge. It's this beautiful building. You can see it's like cedar log cabin style, I guess you'd call it. A whole bunch of rooms. They have a conference center. I think there's normally a kitchen/restaurant, but it's closed because of COVID, unfortunately. But we did have a lovely stay last night. We'll maybe give you a very quick tour because we gotta get moving on.
So one of my favorite features about this building here is the screened in area. You can see the main building just here, made of these logs. It's very nice. And then, yeah, screen right here, so none of the flies can get at you. We are in the middle of the woods after all. There's a lot of flies.
In here is our room. We've got this big, huge king-size bed. It's nice and comfy, and I love all the wood in here. It's just gorgeous. They do have AC as well, so it keeps us nice and cool all night, and there is a bathroom up there as well.
There's also a fridge over here and a TV for anyone that's interested.
Yeah. All right, we are now in the main room. It's super big, grand. I love the high ceilings. It's gorgeous.
The first thing you notice in this room is the centerpiece, which is an enormous fireplace that seems to span, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet. It's very big, and I cannot get over the detail of the woodwork. It's all throughout the lodge here. Everywhere you look, you just see these gorgeous logs on the floor. I mean, every piece of this place is just made of wood.
I'm not even sure if this place is open in the wintertime, but it would be stunning and amazing in the winter. And last but certainly not least, there's this huge patio out here. It's right on the river, so you can see the river. You can also hear it. You can hear the birds and the bugs. It's really, really lovely.
Take a look. I'm not sure how good of a view we can give you guys, but that's kind of one of the best things about this place.
Yeah, it's
I would
right on
say.
the river.
Well, that's going to do it for our video today. I think it's safe to say this was an amazing experience. We're so happy we had the opportunity just to visit each and every one of these locations.
Yeah, so there were actually more places that we visited than we filmed, but we're gonna have a blog post, and I'll link that below in the description so you can see all the places, get all the links, have all the proper information that you need. But it's been really amazing to go to all these different places. It would be cool just to visit one in general, but having for us to go to like 4 or 5 different places, we had to learn so much, meet so many amazing people, and I feel like it kind of brings a whole
really does
sort of a picture together by visiting all the
best
different
part
places.
is too, like, it was a lot of fun. It was educational at the same time. The people are just amazing. You're gonna leave with a smile on your face no matter what. I know we really enjoyed our time, so I'm glad again we had the opportunity to do this. And if
I'm really happy. I think it's really important too, as a nation, as Canada, to learn about First Nations and be a little bit more educated and informed.
Hopefully we given you some ideas on what you can do in your own backyard during these strange times that we're in. But
absolutely.
If you got this far in the video and you're wondering who we are, by the way, I'm Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe, and if you click on the little bell next to that, it'll allow you to get an email notification whenever we put out a new video, because we have a lot more coming yet.
All right, guys, that's it.
From the middle of New Brunswick right now, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
Oh,